So joining us now, soulmate coach Jeannie Sullivan-Bellecci and drag queen Lady P, Lady Portia. Good morning to both of you.
Hey.
Good morning.
Wow, look at you. Look at these glasses. That's cute.
We're bringing 150 more seconds of fun.
You really are. Now, obviously, you don't even need a dating tip if you're wearing glasses and a hat like that.
I would hope not. You know, it's all about expressing your authentic style, not being afraid to let all of your personality out of the cage. And that's what the podcast is about. It's for grown-ups who are tired of holding back and playing games and trying to be vanilla when you're rocky road.
Oh, see? Now, we talked about that back in the early pandemic. I was at home. I mean, you're still at home because that's where you live. But we were talking about the importance of being yourself on dates and not trying to hide your freak flag. And so, Lady Portia, tell me about how that affects your dating life.
Well, my dating life is, I'm very happily single at the moment, because I'm waiting for the right person rather than settling just for anybody. And that's one of the main things that we push in the podcast is fall in love with yourself first. And hey, girl, I love myself.
Oh, first of all, well, we love you, but what's in this drink?
Well, it's breakfast, so espresso martini.
I love it. Also, can we please note the backgrounds for both of you? But in particular, Lady Portia, I am seeing that there are gels on these lights. I'm seeing plants. What else am I seeing?
Well, I mean, this is just my everyday life. So if you want to be fabulous and live in a fabulous world, then create it. So we've got gels. We have my light switch here, which has got a picture frame around it. I've got a nice fireplace. I have got a full cherry blossom. You know what I mean? So why not?
It's great. Okay, so I have a couple of friends who do drag, and they don't have any problem finding some men who want to all get up in there. So, and then what I mean is get up into their lives, is exactly what I meant, in case anyone was misconstrued. So, Lady Portia, when do you bring up the drag situation?
So here is the thing, right? All of this is a fantasy, right? I will never in a million years be able to compete with somebody's fantasy, because when this all comes off, if you're familiar with The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe from C.S. Lewis, I'm like a fawn. From the waist down, I'm hairy. You know what I mean? I don't need to wear, you know what I mean? So in people's heads, I have these lovely, shiny disco legs, but that's only because I wear dance skins. So the reality is, if you're trying to base a relationship on somebody else's fantasy that I can't ever compete with or live up to, nor would I want to, then you need to make sure that the basis of your foundation of your relationship is based really solidly. Otherwise, everything else will crumble.
I love that. Jeannie Sullivan-Bellecci, I knew that you were a drag fan, but you have really now gone like the extra mile.
I like to walk my talk, Reggie.
I mean, and why not? But that was kind of, that is part of the inspiration behind what you do.
It is, and it's a really good question, because I use drag queens before I even was fortunate enough to be introduced to Lady Portia. I was really a big drag fan and using it in my coaching, because drag queens are a wonderful example of being completely yourself, living out loud. A lot of people think drag queens are playing a character, but it's really a part of who they are, fully unleashed. It's a character that's part of who they are. So, you know, and it's also that drag community is all about body positivity. You know, the big queens are celebrated just as much as the Instagram queens. You know, it's really a great example of how to really be yourself.
So let me ask you, you know, just for the average person who's going on a date for the first time, they are having a conversation over a drink or a meal. How much do you like really let all out? I mean, don't you at least have to put on a little bit of a show to be your, you know, your best self?
You know, I recommend that when people, even before they meet, they have a really clear picture of what they want, what they need, what their deal breakers are, and really communicate in their photographs and in their profile who they are, what they're all about, everything needs, deal breakers, interests. Don't hide anything, so that by the time you meet, it's much more comfortable and you can really be yourself. On my first date with my husband, we had taken care of all of that. We talked through everything. And then when we met in person, it was just like meeting an old friend and just reconnecting with somebody I had known for a million years. And I felt completely relaxed and like myself. And it was an extraordinary feeling.
How do you suggest people do that today? Phone call, FaceTime, texting?
I recommend that they first start off with, texting, and then graduate to either a phone call or a Zoom, but try to hide your identity at first, make it an anonymous Zoom or phone number so that, you can stay safe until you really know someone. But I like to use the phone or the video just to make sure you're talking to a real person. That's really important. And then you can also kind of make sure that you actually like this person, they meet all your criteria before you meet in person. Because it's awkward then if you meet for the first time and it doesn't feel like it's a match.
So in our episode 1, we go through the whole ins and outs of the safety around finding out how the person is, how you identify the person is who they say they are. And one of the top tips are, if you're only getting these really lovely polished photographs, I always ask the person to take a selfie holding a TV remote next to their face, or something else, something that can't be lifted off somebody else's Instagram or Facebook, because that's one of the key things. If somebody's using fake photographs and fake profiles, the everyday pictures that you're actually asking for, like holding a TV remote next to their face and a selfie, they can't do. So that cuts out the weeds very quickly, because if somebody legit and you say, I'm only doing this for my own safety and yours, and I will happily provide a photograph of whatever you want me to do, then you have safety that this is, I'm a real account. If it's the other way around and they go, oh no, I'm in work. I've had people send me photographs of them holding a stapler, So if they're legit, they don't mind. If they're a fake profile, they disappear.
Well, that is a tip, Lady Portia, that I've never thought of before. So I appreciate you bringing that up. Real quick, where can we find this podcast?
You can find it at, you go ahead, Lady P.
Oh, so we're on all the platforms. It is datingissuchadrag.com, and it's also on Spotify, on iTunes, Apple, all those types of things. And also, if you want to watch us, we record it live as a podcast, but if you want to watch it, we're also on video as well on YouTube under Dating is Such a Drag. So you can see all of our backgrounds and how beautiful we are and how gorgeous and glamorous our guests are as well.
Well, I love this, and I know that morning drag is the biggest drag of all. So I really appreciate you getting up in the full gig this morning.
Are you currently single, or are you with somebody, or what's your?
He's taken, but
Oh, that's fine.
But if I weren't, I would listen to this accent all day long.
Oh, there we go. And how did you meet your partner? Was it a traditional way?
We met at college. We were RAs together. It was very icy at first, and then one Thanksgiving, we were stuck in the dorm together.
Amen to alcohol. Happy espresso martini day for you.
And cheers to you as well. Thank you so much, ladies.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.